Right, so before I tear down my kit, I just want to show you this cool hybrid setup that I've been playing around with. So for my latest cover, driver's license, I had a bit of fun experimenting with my drum setup. So let me show you. So here it is. I've got a nice little hybrid setup here. So I've no rack tom, so I've swapped that out for my Yamaha DTX multi-12, and then I've got a side snare. So yeah, a couple of things I want to show you all. So I was kind of playing around with tunings and stuff like that to get certain sounds. And yeah, just want to take you through it. Maybe it could be helpful. So first of all, in the tune, we got this kind of massive, deep ballad snare at the end of the track. So I wanted to try and replicate that without using a sample. So what I've done was I've actually tuned my snare as low as it can go. So if I show you here, it's literally just finger tight. And what you get is this super deep fat sound. So you might think like, oh, that sounds pretty crazy, but under a mic, yeah, with a bit of reverb, it sounds absolutely massive. It's something I'm definitely going to play around with more. And yeah, depending on how thick your head is, you might need more muffling. All I have here is one moon gel, but it's a thick head. It's a Power Stroke P77 here. So it's a really thick head. And yeah, it just works really well. But yeah, you could do this with any drum head. Just tune it way down and yeah, put as much tape as you need to get the desired effect. Also, your snare wires play a big role in this. So you hear there, I've got a big sustain there. So you might want to dial that in to taste. So if I tighten it up now, I get a more dry sound. So I'll tighten it up there. So if it's super tight though, it just sounds really choked. So I'm gonna bring it back out pretty loose. I like it pretty loose, but that's just me. So you get this nice decay to the snare. Sounds really big. Okay, so next up, the bass drum. I wanted to kind of emulate the kind of subby kick in the track. So what I've done first of all is, it's a double pedal here that I normally have two wooden beaters on, but I put my vintage Bomber beater on instead. So it's just that fluffy kind of beater. If you don't have one, you can throw a sock on your beater, something like that, you know. So it's just kind of giving me a more dull, subby bass drum sound. Okay, now the next thing I want to show you is my side snare. So what I have here is, you know, it's a classic technique people have been using for years. It's just a splash on my snare. It creates this really electronic kind of sound. Okay, so, and yeah, just standard floor tom, 57. Nothing special there. So now I want to take you around to the bass drum. So with the bass drum, I'm getting quite a nice subby sound. And what I've done here is I've got quite a lot of dampening in, different kind of anything I could find, shoving quite a lot of stuff there to tighten up the kick. But what I also have is I've got my Audix D6 outside the kick. And what I've done to just tighten it up is I have a hoodie here just pressed up against the skin. So if I take that off. So a lot of the sound we're getting from this outside mic is coming from the resonance from the front head. So what I've done here is just place this, and now you'll hear it's a lot tighter. And I actually have You actually can't see it, but I have a D112 inside the kick, and I'm kind of I rolled off the high end of this mic, and I'm using that mic to dial in the attack. All right, and then yeah, just before I finish up here, I'll show you some of the other things going on. I've got my Wurst mic, Wurst technique. If you've never heard of it, it's basically where you just put a mic kind of in and around the kick, snare, and toms to get a kind of nice, you know, glued mono sound of the whole kit. And then I just have mono overhead and kind of 57s and everything else. And then last but not least, I have my sample pad, which I actually recorded in a little clap and put on it. So the sample you hear on my cover is actually me clapping. So that was a bit of fun. So yeah, hopefully that was of interest. I just wanted to share this little setup because I thought it was really cool and sounded great. And yeah, I'm gonna put my rack tom back on, get my snare tuned back up normally, and yeah, just get my kit back to the way it was. So I thought it'd be interesting before I do that to show everyone. So cheers guys, and thanks for watching.